I've done thousands of real estate deals over my career, totaling tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. And I've done over 200 deals alone here on the island of Puerto Rico. If I lost it all, this is how I would start over if I had nothing to my name. First thing I would do, because I'm a deal first guy, I would start by finding a great deal. Not something that's on the MLS, not something that's on Zillow, a real off-market, distressed, value-add deal. And on the island of Puerto Rico, they're everywhere. And here's the thing. When you've got a great deal, when you find the deal of a lifetime, the money will absolutely find you. So how would I find this deal of a lifetime? Great question. I'd get in my car. I'd drive around. In every neighborhood on the island of Puerto Rico, there are really nice houses sitting next to what we call zombie houses. These distressed and forgotten houses, they've been sitting there vacant for years and years, sometimes even decades. Now, guys, you could hire a skip tracer to try and chase down heirs and do all of that stuff. But I believe that there's enough of these vacant, distressed zombie houses on the island that all you really have to do is find a for sale sign and call that seller. They know that their house is really distressed and has a very low valuation. So those are the ones that I would look for, the low-hanging fruit, if you will. So why am I stressing so hard deal first? We're deal first people on this channel. We believe that finding the deal of a lifetime always starts the conversations that you need to have as a real estate investor. And you don't really need any money to do this. Once I've got the deal of a lifetime, I'd build my buyer's list from there. Or even as I'm driving around and I'm looking for the deal of a lifetime, I could probably start building my buyer's list on the fly. And here's how you can build that buyer's list. You can go to meetups, you can go to the local RIA, you can call on any of the bandit signs that say we buy houses cash, or you can seek out wholesalers on the island. Those people can help you to find cash buyers. Cash buyers are people that could buy the property from you once you find the deal of a lifetime. And every conversation starts the same. I let people know that I'm a real estate investor. I tell people that I'm looking to buy cash deals in your town, and I'm looking for the distressed stuff, the things that need a lot of work. I want to reimagine the highest and best use, fix it up, and then put it back on the market and make a bunch of cash. I know it sounds difficult, guys, but it really all starts with that first deal. You find the deal, all these conversations fall in line. So do that first. I can't stress that enough. So next, guys, you're not gonna like this. You have to put in the time and you have to make offers. We make offers, a ton of offers. So if I was starting from scratch, I would be making a ton of offers every day. Maybe I'd try and call on 10 properties that are for sale and make 5 or 6 offers on those properties. And they'd be the low ball cash offers, ready to close quick type of thing, the down and dirty, because what I'm looking for is the distressed sellers. And if I get someone to say yes to my offer, I'm gonna use a contract that's got an inspection period of 10 to 14 days so that I've got some time to go have these conversations with people who might either fund my deal or buy the deal from me. Either way, I want to give myself a window that I can get out of if I can't find a buyer. So if I think I've got a great deal and I take it to these communities and everybody tells me that it's no good, I'm going to listen to the community. And during my inspection period, I'm going to back out of the deal. No harm, no foul, and I'm going to keep making offers, and I'm going to move on to the next one until I do find the deal that I can make some money on. This is what real estate investors have to do at the start. You make these offers time and again and again and again. If you make enough of them, you're going to find something that you can make money on. You could wholesale the deal, or you could partner with someone who's going to give you the cash, and you could become a value-add real estate investor. I go the value-add real estate investor, but I've got 27 years of experience. You might just want to find somebody like me and wholesale the deal. Either way, you want to get a great deal under contract, give yourself a window so that you can shop it to the community that you're talking to, and find a buyer or find a partner. In Puerto Rico, we especially focus on municipality foreclosures, bank foreclosures. We're looking for things that are for sale or are ready to be bought up. I don't want to have to spend a year and a half negotiating with a whole bunch of heirs who might or might not sell it to me in the end. There's a great business out there for someone who's super patient, but guys, that's not me. I want to buy it today. I want to do something this week because I want to put food on the table. I want to get out of the rat race, and I want to become a real estate investor as fast as I possibly can. Here's the thing that I love about Puerto Rico. There's just no shortage of these houses that are severely distressed. And the truth is, most people don't even look at them. They just see the old ugly house in the neighborhood and they say, that's not for me. There's no way. It's got termites. It's distressed. It's disgusting. I would never buy that. Those are the kind of things that I love because I can see past the distress and the decay, and I know what we can make it look like. I can take the ugliest house in the neighborhood and make it the damn prettiest house in the entire block. And then we can put it back on the market, and there's always a spread. We buy the distressed house way down here because it has very low value. No one can live in it. No one can use it. Maybe the water doesn't come on. It doesn't have power. So we've got to come in and do the value add, which means we're going to come in and fix the power. We're going to fix the water. We're going to fix the roof. We're going to change out the kitchens and the bathrooms. We're going to do all of the work that takes this ugly duckling and turns it into the beautiful house on the block. And then we're going to sell it at retail. The market will set the price. We buy it when it's got low valuation, and we sell it at top dollar after a value add renovation. And either way, if I'm just starting out and I want to be a wholesaler, I can just flip the paper, which means that I don't have to actually do all the work I just talked about. Or what I prefer to do, what I encourage people that want to be real estate investors to do, roll up your sleeves and do the whole process. And then you'll learn so much that you'll have a skill set that you can use again and again and again. And lo and behold, you'll be out of the rat race. You'll become a real estate investor, and you'll be doing a ton of good for the neighborhood. And guys, I'm talking about getting these houses under contract, and you don't have to have any money. You can do this with a letter of intent through a text message, for crying out loud. And if you get the seller to say yes, you can go to ChatGPT and create your contract, or you can find contracts online. I've never seen two contracts the same on the island of Puerto Rico, so this isn't rocket surgery, guys. This is just good old-fashioned making the offers, finding the distressed sellers, and getting things under contract. And then once you've got the paper, you can flip it to someone, which is called wholesale, or you can find partners who are going to come alongside you and partner up with you because they see the opportunity and they know they're about to make a bunch of money. And here's what's the most exciting thing. Once you've got a deal and you've taken it from distressed zombie house to the best house in the neighborhood, or even if you go the other way and you do distressed zombie house, selling it to someone who takes it all the way through the renovation. Either way, once you prove that you can find these deals, people are going to be lined up to either buy them from you or partner with you. So now when I'm starting out, I'm probably going to be doing these as flips, which means that I'm going to do the value add renovation, fix them up to their highest and best use, and then sell them to someone who's going to call them home. And I want to make chunks of money. I want to make enough money that I'm putting food on the table, and I've got some excess left over that I can start to reinvest. You could then start to do the BRRRR method, which means that you would buy, renovate, refinance, repeat. However, that's a little bit harder on the island of Puerto Rico, but it still does work. So first, I would do some flips to get chunks of money. Then I would want to, as fast as I can, buy something to keep because I want to get that passive income. I want to get those long-term rents coming in the door. And that's how you build real wealth. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. Every time you do something that's successful, you now get to look back on it and you have a track record of success, and this stuff becomes easier and easier. It's much easier to come to a community like the Flip Flop Flipper community where people want to do deals together and say, hey guys, I've done 3 this year already and we made money on all of them. Here's my 4th one who wants to partner with me, than it is the first one. So it gets easier, guys. I know it's difficult. I know you're thinking you've got to have the money to start. It's just not true. It would be nice if you had a rich uncle. But I'm assuming if you had a rich uncle, you'd already be in business. So go out there and find the deal of a lifetime. Once you get this track record of success, you have buyers, you have lenders, you have contractors, you've got the whole database, and you're ready to keep moving and start moving faster. Velocity of money is a powerful thing. And now you're not just doing one-off deals. You're actually in business, and you can start to scale. Maybe you can get yourself a VA, someone who can help you to source the next one. Or maybe you find a project manager so that you can, again, scale. Scale is so important. And maybe you're even partnering with other hungry new investors to scale. Scale, scale, scale. Guys, the only way to go from zero to an empire is by partnering with people. Good people who have like mind and want to do the same kind of thing that you want to do. And now that we're making some money, here's the key. I wouldn't be chasing income, I'd be chasing assets. I'd focus on deals that create long-term cash flow, build equity, and give me options for the future to sell things creatively if I need to. Either way, I want the cash flow, I want the velocity of money, I want to scale my business. And once you got a little nest egg because you've done a flip or two, or maybe you've got one rental property, now you can start looking for those small multifamily properties. They're all over the island too. Guys, I've done this myself, and I've helped hundreds of other people do it too. And here's the truth. If you're watching our videos and you have this desire, you can do it too. And if you want to learn the actual steps and not just YouTube fluff, once again, Join our free Flip Flop Flipper community. Just comment yes, I'll send you the link. And if you're really ready to scale, check out our premium group. We call it Apex. I can send you that link too. Just comment the word Apex. Because if I have to start from zero again, I just gave you the exact playbook on how I would do it.